demonstration of Selectah App. My name is Cillian O'Loughlin. I'll be demonstrating my app for higher diploma in computer science with WIT. So the motivation for my app was I've got a load of records or a music collection that I have catalogued in a site called discogs.com. So here's my collection of music. This is categorized by artist currently. So this just tells me all of the releases that I have by all these artists, and you can change the order in title and label. So I also can DJ in my spare time, with records and turntables and stuff, and so the best way to be able to mix records and to match them is to get a song's BPM, which is the beats per minute or tempo of a track. Just makes everything kind of stay in sync. So I would normally do that manually. So I wanted a way to know how to do this with all of the records that I have in my collection. I want to store it kind of digitally. So one way of doing it was if you could go into the site called Sound BPM, you put in the name of the artist and the track, and then it gives you results here. So let's say, which is track F1, this track here. So see, there's no BPM information stored on Discogs. Spotify has an API. So logging in, you can get a token from them. You should get a token before you make a request. So here you just asking for the token query for Listler. You get this JSON. So here, this is the endpoint that we need to get onto the audio analysis relevant for the track. So the song we're interested in here is tempo, which is the BPM, which is 75.775. So round up 76, which matches this BPM here. So you can see that it's correct for all the world. And there's other information here, tempo and time and key, which we kind of take in, but I don't make any use of it. So that is kind of what I'm trying to emulate with Selectah. MERN stack. So I've got a MongoDB database with my releases, track analysis, and the tracks is just a temporary database. I built an API server in Express and Node, which is hosted by Heroku, which is kind of the main kind of engine of what's going on. Requests that are sent to the Discogs API are limited. There's like a rate limitation for my app with Discogs and with Spotify. So just kind of restriction on that. So I think if I copied the release data over onto a database, it will reduce the calls made to the Discogs API and the Spotify API going forward. The main app here is deployed on Vercel. It's another cloud hosting app. You do need a Spotify account to use it. You don't necessarily need a Discogs account, but you need a username. So I created the login here with using auto. Yeah, so this is just I just decided to pick this and just only kind of log into Spotify. I'm not storing any passwords or anything. Basically, it's just kind of you log in, you're authenticated through Spotify, and the only thing I have here is that's the user ID, your Spotify user ID, and in the metadata for each user, this is just the Discogs username, which is this right here. So that's used when I send requests to the Discogs API. or returning that user's name's collection. So I can change that to desired. So that's the change there, and that's this user's collection here. So when you log in first, that's undefined, so you have to change it through that button there. The search function, which filters out the releases on the particular page that you're on. So, for example, you want to see all your Tribe Called Quest releases on this page, then that's all here. That's just all filters it out. And yeah, there's a bug with this armament handling track. The other information this Killian Lockton comes from the Spotify D, and that's the number of releases I have in my collection, and that's paginated here. So you can decide if you want the number per page, 50. And that's replicated here with so there's obviously going to be twice as many pages in the order. You can decide whichever way you want to do, title or which is that. So so this is all displayed. This is all information that comes directly from Discogs, isn't saved in my database. So you get the track listing. So this track listing information, on the first time you select the track listing, I go to Discogs and I copy all the information over to my own database here, just for future, just to stop the limitation. So that's what, and then it's all sorted as that and given back. And then so here we'll just do let's learn. So on clicking that button there, I get to send the track information. So from the listener, it's like for here on listener is the name of the track, and that gets sent to Spotify as a query, and these are all the songs that match the query are returned. So you can, if you want to select this track and get BPM for this particular track, you hit this to select it, and if there's different denominations here for the green, if it's yellow, it means that there was matching done on the back end to see if the album or the artist, the album, the track, and the mix match. Mixes are kind of delimited by brackets, say in pen mix or drum pad mix. So there's matching rules applied. So for here, it doesn't have an exact match for this track. So only the user that has entered this can see that information. But if there's a four-ring match between artist, album, track, and mix, then a universal BPM gets inserted, and all users of the Selectah system can see it. So we just does here because all these tracks come from the For Hero album, Creating Patterns. So I'll mix it up. So yeah. So and this is so just show you for the track. The track setting. This is the database. So this is track information that is just temporarily stored. So it's For Heroes. The release ID that's the Discogs release ID, and the user is the current logged in user, and that's the kind of the track information. There's no mix. So when you this song information, the artist, the album, the track name, and then the mix information, that also gets posted to this database, and then the two are compared and matching. If it's a full match, we get a green thing, and if not, then we get a yellow. That is what my application is about. There's a lot of future development of the matching and the logic. Audio snippet for this track here. That pause it there, and then select that, and that goes back in as 95. Yeah, I'm kind of getting full data back from the user. There's that much that the user can take off the site. In the future, hopefully, we'll have to do a request so each user can get all this track information and BPM information, maybe in a CSV file, so they can do what they want. But yeah, this is just the basis of it currently. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed my tour. Thank you.